think about it and go over it. And so that's what we're helping each other do. Yes. But we're gonna start very soon.
That's why that
Did you guys figure out how we hand me downs
There.
and Tom's one for one?
I know. I
Okay.
told Jason. Oh, you right?
This was a little harder.
we gotta-
So just understand that this is basically some companies. Okay?
Dang, that's the only two rows that I can do.
Okay, good.
Jeez.
Yeah, you see that?
I'm telling you. They address a real market need for companies who are increasingly focused on initiating and promoting corporate responsibility. So basically, what are they trying to get companies to do? That's what the slide's asking you to tell us.
Oh yeah, you like that camera?
Oh, now if you can come up with an example of your own, you can give an example of a sustainability program for being corporate responsible. Like, you can look that up, or you can just talk about, what the workers use, the carbon footprint, whatever they produce things in the world. Okay, there's one in Zimmerman you can talk about, and you'll see it later when you read that, but it talks about how, you might say, well, I'm gonna only buy food that's locally grown to support these people. But if the locally grown food has pesticides, then maybe you shouldn't. Yeah, but if the locally grown, or if the non-pesticide has to be trucked in from 2 states away, what's happening now? That's making a carbon footprint. Yeah. Give just one or two examples of what these are. What is corporate responsible? What was your other one I saw? What are you sliding in it? What is, okay, so what is corporate responsibility? What is sustainability? To help explain that slide to them. They will some. Yours is mainly just saying this company is offering, this firm offers a health check for others to see how your company is doing. Is it required of firms to do this? No, but it's, yeah, PR, good business. Yeah, because you're showing that you care. And more people are starting to care about that. Yes, that'd be a very good point.
Pretty sick, huh?
Okay, how we doing, Mitch? Okay, so in that 52% of these big companies produce corporate responsibility reports separate from their annual financials. So what this tells you is every year they have to have a financial report to say how the company did. That's required. But now what do they also do? They're giving a
I'm working hard.
responsibility report. Do you understand what that means, responsibility reports? They're saying how responsible they are for doing things the right way. Carrying out the carbon footprint, being green, making sure no animals or workers were taken advantage of in their business. Okay, that's it. Are you being a responsible company or corporation? So, half of these, over half of these big companies in 2005 were doing this, okay? And that's probably good. And it says, and 30% were individually verified. This is important because you can say, I'm the president of the company and here's my report on everything we're doing right. Okay, but if no one checks your facts, do you have to tell the truth?
Would you say?
No, so if you have it independently verified, you're checking it. So it's showing in 2005, do you think it's gone up or down since then? Maybe up. What are consumers wanting? Are consumers more caring about the environment and green and, yeah. So I think it's probably gone up.
Question. What
Yes.
would you say would it be mean of a guy to, if he has a company in the United States building things, and he decided to relocate his company to China because it's cheaper to build stuff there? Would you say that's kind of cruel?
I don't know. I personally think the working conditions, I was talking about this with my daughter last night. You know, some of you say, oh, these sweatshops are horrible. But to them, it's a way to make money. Some of those people just have to go pick up plastic or do who knows what to make money. So I'm not saying the conditions aren't bad. It's what they're used to. But they do need to make a living. But maybe we need to be treated better and paid better. So I wouldn't say,
That's what we got.
so let's go back to your original question. Is it bad? What do you think?
No, because it's cheaper.
It helps make you money, but at what cost? Are you hurting people to make more money? Are you being responsible for a corporation? I guess if that's what you believe, money's money. And think about consuming ethically. We have a lot of questions that come up with this. Yes? Okay. Are we ready? Are we good? Okay. Now, some of you have a slide, a lot of you have a slide that was in the middle. So some of your stuff, it will make more sense as groups present, so it may give you some more ideas to present. So we're going to start with slide 2 through 3. One was just the title. And you can see, have the slideshow on your computer so you can follow along in case you can't see the one on the board. But we're going to present and talk about these now. Okay. So 2 through 3, go ahead and come up here and share some of your ideas with us. Okay, the rest of you need to listen.
You want us to bring a Chromebook up so we can read the slide, or you just gonna?
If you can see it here, that's fine. Well, why don't you bring it? That way you're not trying to see. Yeah, bring it up to the podium with you. That's a good idea. Okay, why is it not moving to the next slide? Let me grab my computer. Let's see if this will work. Okay, has everybody got this slideshow on there? Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work. There we go. Okay, why is it? Okay, I gotta go down here. It takes me a minute to figure things out. Okay, please give me your attention. Okay, go ahead, Hunter and Trent.
Yeah, sure. Alright, so
Nice and loud, because the camera's gotta hear you too.
the definition of ethical consumerism is the buying of products that are made ethically. Ethically means that products are those made with the least harm to the environment and animals and no exploitation of humans or human labor.
So can you put that in your own words, Trent, for us, just a little bit?
Yeah, so in our own words, it's products that don't harm the environment or have harsh worker conditions. And then we didn't know what exploitation really meant, so we defined that, and it's to take advantage of over something. And then
And then some examples are like, would be eyewear, phones, and like your cars, kind of like what you see up there, just shoes and a coat.
And do we like those things?
I
We
mean,
wanna buy them?
Yeah.
Yeah. But do we ever consider how they're produced or made?
You know.
Probably not. Like you said, money's money. Sometimes we just look at price. Okay, and then, did you have one more?
Yeah, slide 3. Ethically consumerism also requires consumers to think about their carbon footprint when choosing which goods and services to buy from which companies. What this pretty much said to us, buying products which are ethically produced, it's like just making sure like you see the smart car up there, like it's economically better than a great big diesel truck that rolls coal.
Mm-hmm.
And so carbon footprint, the measure of your activities that you leave on the environment. And so some examples of this, like Ms. Tucker said, would be like apples. You would think, oh, I want apples from outer state. If like we spray them for pesticides and stuff like that, you're like, oh, I want apples from out of state that don't have pesticides. But then you have to put in consideration that those apples from out of state have to be shipped in on those great big diesel trucks, which are polluting the air.
Very good. Good example. Let's give them a clap. 1, 2, 3. Next group. Slide.
I know.
Some were easier than others.
Oh, Mitchell, you just made that.
Mitchell, you can do it. You'll rise to the occasion. Okay, Derek,
Mine
pay
was
attention.
Jeff's number 4. So basically it was about the 4 types: consuming, positive buying, negative buying, company-based purchasing, and then full screening approach, which essentially positive buying is buying stuff that's made ethically, like buying things that say on the label, no animals were harmed, and making a mistake. Like vegan or American-made, things of that sort. And then negative buying is not buying unethically made products such as sweatshops like Nike, or the economic impacts of Dole that they've had on Puerto Rico, Belize, Honduras, areas of that
Well,
stuff.
Dole with pineapples.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, even
I've heard of
just
that one.
overall,
Mhm.
so those kind of a mess. And then company-based buying based on the quality of goods, so that would be like Nike versus Reebok, Supreme versus Walmart, basically just buying based on quality. And then a full screen approach would be to combine all 3 of those approaches in order to make ethically based and consumer-based ideas about your purchases.
Very good. And do we do that?
Not really, no.
We don't a lot. How many of you ever researched where something you buy came from? Don't be afraid to say. Have any of you ever done that?
I still buy from Dole. Alright,
I'm awful, but I usually say what's on sale or cheaper, and I don't always consider what it's doing to our world, but probably need to. Okay, next. Kylie and Haley, tell us about this study.
Okay,
Nice and loud, please. Gotta be really loud.
So they did this study and the objective, like what it was about is the study of Americans' like attitude toward corporate social support of social issues, which was like their opinion towards the political environment and political things, human rights, and environment. And then companies have to get involved in social issues to protect their reputations.
So can you tell us an example of what it means by politics? Any ideas? Did you say yes or no?
No.
Can anyone else add to that? Okay, what if a certain store says that we don't support the troops? Then do you buy things from that store or not? It depends on your patriotism and if that matters to you. So if it's something that's political and it affects what they think. Okay, next slide.
And
Guys, shh, shh.
do you want to go to the next?
Oh, yes, I should. Sorry.
And
Just a minute, my mouse is lost. Okay, there we go. Oh, get over there. Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So on this slide, it basically has like a graph of the results of a survey they took, and it was about 18 to 25-year-olds if they would consider dropping out of a company or taking stocks out of a company if they weren't doing like things that they believed or like agreed with.
So what's our first one? In case they can't see it, let you say it
Is
nicely.
consider selling a company's stocks.
80% said that like they would sell it.
Sell their stock if they found out the company was unethical. And that was in 2004. Do you think that's gone up or down since? Up. And 80% said that. Does that necessarily mean they will or not? I guess we wouldn't know until it actually happened, but it gives an idea of the trends. Tell us a few more.
80% said that they'd refuse to invest in a company's stock. 75% said they'd refuse to work at all at that company. 73% said they'd boycott companies' products and services.
And what does it mean if you boycott somebody's company or services or products?
Stop, like,
Yeah.
voting.
Stop buying them. So Derek, obviously, I'm picking on you as an example, Derek would still buy Dole. Okay, that's okay, Derek, we're not judging you. Okay, all right. Next group. Oh, give them a clap. 1, 2, 3. If I forgot to clap for you, tell me or remind me. Oh, Jason Tucker, yes. Can you get that?
Oh, we are?
We are. The back of your heads. That's why you need to speak up so they can hear you. Yeah, Mitch. Okay, here's another study, a millennial case study. Millennials, are you guys millennials?
No.
No. I'm too old, I'm not a millennial. Jason,
What?
who is it? Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
go ahead, McKinley.
This slide basically says that millennials are more likely to reward or punish a company based on social actions.
So it matters more to them,
What?
it matters more to them than other generations?
Yeah.
Okay,
And so the little, what is it called? The study right here just like shows that based on the company's like social actions and like how they like interact with like the environment,
so their responsibility basically.
plays an effect on if they'll like go to the store or if they'll choose another company based
Okay.
on that.
Okay,
Alright, yeah, so,
is this next slide?
Yeah,
Okay,
so this next slide discusses the idea of corporate responsibility. That's what CR stands for.
would you define it so they understand? What is corporate responsibility?
Yeah, so corporate responsibility basically means that corporations need to take into considerations of what they're doing for society as a whole, because consumers, that matters to most consumers. It matters to most consumers what companies are doing. So
Okay.
these are just some statistics basically saying what drives corporate responsibility, or increasingly drives corporate responsibility, most common ones, so, yeah, that's about it.
So say a few of them for us, just a couple.
Your reputation, of course, of your company is increasing. more
So those
demands.
companies care about their reputation.
No, so, basically, well, yeah, they do, because
do.
your reputation matters, because the consumers care about your reputation.
Yes, yes.
More demands on businesses to solve societal problems, so like, you'll see some businesses say that they support this cause or Black Lives Matter, whatever the case may be. And, stakeholder demands are increasing, so whether or not you have like your stocks and who owns parts of your company. And then CR is also seen as a leader, leads innovation, so.
Yes, so the more we try to find out to do things ethically, we innovate or create new ideas or new ways to do things.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, give them a clap, 1, 2, 3, next slide. Jason and Jason,
What?
squared,
That's
Jason and Jason both squared in the
Yeah.
Jason's nest.
Mitch, they have pictures, but they had to research. Okay, go ahead,
Okay, so up here.
nice and loud.
Up here we have a board with 5 different companies on it. We have Apple, eBay, One Hope, Tom's, and Howie's.
And so, we looked into like, what does it mean by actions by businesses, and just what these businesses take in doing what they can. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell their products. So whatever they can to make you buy the product, they're gonna try to do. For example, Howie's talks about selling, high quality, products that will last multiple generations, saying that, Howie's hand-me-downs.
Tom,
They're expensive, but they last. 10-year warranty, 10 years. Okay,
on Tom's, that's a shoe brand. When you buy a pair of Tom's shoes, they give 1 pair of Tom's shoes to someone in need.
so 1 for 1. So they're trying to promote things, society there, okay?
And with Apple is a very big company, and they also, with their phones and all their technology, they make sure that